I was watching the best of Karen Hunter. I heard a stat that rattled me. The 53206 zip code has the most registered sex offenders, black men, in the country. I recognized that zip code. After I confirmed it was the same place I grew up as a child, I decided it was time to proceed. I am working on my autobiography, which may turn into a biography. It will disclose and detail many instances of trauma. I have been through so much. Disclosing my child's sexual abuse is easy and at this point should not be discussed alone. This is a message to the Scott family of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I wrote this to get the attention of Marika because I believe she can be saved if she's willing to tell the truth. Marika, do you recognize this voice? I hope on this one occasion I sound just like my mother. Pretend this is your favorite auntie, BC, speaking to you from the grave. Trust me, she would want you to hear this loud and clearly. I am working on my autobiography or biography, depending on if I make it. Either from my deathbed or on my way to prison, I am prepared to release the information needed to publish this book. It will include public records and an interesting collection of videos and audio journals which can be used by anybody to detail and describe a relatively short but long and very traumatic life. My first vivid memory goes as far back to when I was between infant and toddler. It is the memory of me being bounced on my young mother's leg. You know how old I am. We didn't have cell phones or video cameras in the early 70s. This memory doesn't come from me looking at a photograph. I remember this. Also remember she is nervous and anxious. I remember vividly how much comfort being bounced up and down on my mother's leg brought me. I can remember my mom as far back as possibly 18 months. I have memories of being a happy, carefree, playful young girl. A lot of these memories include time with my favorite cousin, your big sister, Trina. We jumped rope, raced each other, played outside and ate potato chips, drank soda, and one or both of us loved now and laters. I have another vivid memory of Milwaukee. This one is when your father molested me on my birthday. I share a birthday with your oldest sibling, Trina. The first time your father molested me, it was a lewd and lascivious act on a child. It was when you lived in the townhouse on Capitol Drive. He molested me once before Medea died. She died in December. Our birthday is in November. He molested me a second time after Medea died. The second time occurred after your family moved into the house on North 24th Street between Capitol and Melvina. For a long time I was not exactly sure if your father molested me, can I say sexually assaulted me, on my 8th birthday or on my 9th birthday. For a long time I assumed the two separate lewd and lascivious acts occurred in a short time period in 1978, before my mother and I returned to Seattle. Today I am under the impression your father may have waited a long time in between his assaults on me, a long time being up to 1 year apart. I am positive what he did to me on my birthday I will never forget. He said it was my birthday present. He also told me what the prototypical child molester tells his victim. Shh, don't tell anybody. You know, Temple and I disclosed our abuse in 1999. Your father tried to rape Temple when she was a 12-year-old virgin. Since you can trust my memory, I want to acknowledge your father's sexual assault on our cousin Alicia on North 24th Street. She ran downstairs, visibly upset, accusing him of putting his hands between her legs. He denied it, following her downstairs and out of the house. I heard through the grapevine she denies it now. You and your twin don't have any memories? Question mark? Your father spent a lot of time taking naps with you and Marana. I'm glad he spared you the hell he put me and Temple through. The last time I saw your big sister was the same time I took the profile picture you're looking at with your twin. That was circa 88, whenever Trina went to prom. Boy, she looked so pretty. How has she been recently? I finally disclosed the rumored child molestation in 1999. However, it has taken me an additional 20 years to put two and two together. I think your mother, Margaret, set me up to be molested by your father on my 8th birthday. Why do I say this? Because why would I be allowed to stay up with a grown man in the living room when your mother and her 3 daughters are behind closed doors sleeping? Why? My mother didn't give me permission to spend my birthday with Wilson, and I could not have been any less tired or eligible for bedtime than my 3 favorite cousins were. So in closing, whatever you think I missed here that might be included in the book, you are right. It will be in there. Thank our Uncle Burl Clinton for his declaration under oath regarding my accusations of child abuse against your father. His sworn testimony is enclosed in a public record, Green versus Bell, third-party custody out of Washington State. I tell you, it never pays to side with a sociopath.